do apologize for that little mishap. So before we took that, break that wasn't expected, you were just telling me about how you got into real estate.
Okay, I was saying back then around 2017, I was looking for a piece of land, and I almost got duped, as I was saying, and somehow somebody helped me, and I got to buy the land. And because of that, something got to me, and I thought, why not look for the way that I can get into this world of actually is dominated by men. And I was like, maybe I can help people to have affordable, flexible, and there I was. I met my partner, and somehow we got into it.
All right, there's something you've mentioned. It is a field that is male dominated.
Yeah.
And being a woman in this business, has it been easier or more difficult for you to maneuver in it?
Well, I would say it's challenging in the sense that it's not easy to go into a man's world and think you just be easy for you, but somehow you try to get into it and blend with them, and you'll fit somehow. Because I don't believe in giving up.
Yeah. Now, speaking about real estate, this is one area that many people get duped in. Because there are many scammers in real estate who purport to be real estate agents and so on, and they dupe people. So if you may just give us some tips on how to get into the business of real estate first, and then how to work around getting property, and the tips that you should go through so that you don't get to a point where, what we just experienced the other day, where people's houses were being demolished, like for example in Mavoko. So if you may tell us on how to get into the business, and also for someone who's looking to own property, what steps they should follow to ensure that they are going through the right channels.
Okay, one thing, when it comes to a business where you're going to be to do with the society, you have to be very careful, because not everybody is trusting. And for you to trust, you have really to get first to know these people. In our case, we ask people to do due diligence when they are coming to buy our properties. Go have a search down at the land's office. You can use a surveyor to locate the land, whether the land you're saying is actually there, once you have the title copy, and also involve a legal advisor.
So ensure you have a lawyer. Ensure you go survey the land that you are going to buy, and then also do a search
at the land office. It's
so
very important.
You personally, physically go to the land's office to do this particular search. It's not a search that can be done online.
Okay, for Nairobi, it's already connected, and that one is done in Nairobi County. They can do it through online, but these other places you go physically. You go there and do the back check of that property. Is it such a long process? Is it why we see many people just, you just go through the corners, if I may say? Not
go
really.
Through the corners to acquire maybe a title deed that is not even legit. Is it that the process is long, or is it what do you think is the problem? Because we see such cases many a times, time and again, you'll hear of someone who says, I was duped. I bought land, kumbe ilikuwa ni hewa. Or that land was someone else's land, Where is the challenge?
I would say in the developing world, you don't miss such things. There will always be people who would like to take shortcuts. There are always people who would like to do things in a different way, but avoid shortcuts. And then the other thing I would tell people is always think twice. Cheap is not easy. When you feel there's a sense telling you, do this, do that, check another place, or go back there and check again, please do. Because you are the one who is going to use money. Not the other way around. You're the one who is going to acquire that land. You're the one who is going to own that land. So, because it's your money you're going to use, always do the right thing. You follow the right channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those who are not in the country, work abroad, you know, and would love to own property in the country, how do they go about it? Because as you mentioned, you need to physically go to the lands office to do this search. You need to physically go to the land or property that you want to buy for you to see that this land is actually there. For someone who's not around, what would you advise?
I would advise, okay, we also have such people in our business, and most of them, what they do, they have people who are on this side, because definitely they have relatives. Some send their relatives to come and do the proper site visits, to come and see where they take those documents and go to the lands places, the lands office, and they involve all the necessary people to go and do the due diligence for them. So I would advise, if you have somebody this side, do it. If you can also use a lawyer to do that for you. Yeah, that's the channel they follow, most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this a business that anyone can get into?
Yes.
It's open for any?
It's open. See, before I went there, I thought it was not.
Yeah.
But once I got into it, I realized that you can do anything you want to. Especially women, you're not limited. Get in there and do it. Yes, you might fail, but don't give up. Wake up and try again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say that failure is just one way of showing you that this can't work, this isn't working, so try another one. So it's not really failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You learn. You'll fail, but you learn something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if I want to, if I come to you as someone who's into real estate and I ask you, which is better, would you advise me to like buy land and start building my own maybe home, or would you advise me to buy property that has already been established? Which one is maybe cheaper? Which one is
Okay.
Which one would you advise me to go for?
I did my building when I was working, and I'm telling you, you will be you will lose a lot of money. So me, I would advise you build. Be there or look for somebody to do it for you.
Yeah.
There you'll have, the person will come and tell you, like the quantity surveyor might be involved, and they'll tell you this is the match you'll use, this is the time it will take, and then you'll be able to know how much it's going to use. So for me, I would advise somebody to do the building themselves, not to buy out, and then for building yourself, you'll build your taste. What you're buying is not your taste.
Yeah.
You might be wanting a bigger kitchen for women and all that. So I would advise people to build themselves.
Yeah, so
and it is cheaper.
It's cheaper to build.
To me, yes, it might be tiring, but if you can hire somebody to do it for you, you can do it.
Yeah. So if I'm looking to own property, you'd advise me to get land instead of me buying an already established building?
Yes.
Or it depends with whether I
But
want it
also
to
it
be maybe a residential place or if it's my own place. It depends with that.
No,
Does it matter if I want it to be maybe rentals?
Yeah, for rentals,
Yeah.
I would advise you to buy land and build them yourself.
Okay. So either way, just buy
But
and
either
build
way
for
is okay,
yourself.
but me, I would rather do it like buy land, then you build it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said it's cheaper.
It's cheaper even. You save a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's something known as imposter syndrome. You know, that is self-doubt. Do you ever get that? You know, do you ever get to a point where you doubt yourself, and how do you go past that?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Especially when you're starting, you feel if I approach people to start telling them about what they do, how will they feel? But somehow when you start and you learn something from it, because once you start talking to somebody, the person will always ask you questions, and from that you gain that confidence and you go on. Yeah, so it's there, but you overcome it somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, since this is a segment where we just want to uplift women, you know, it's a segment that is set aside for women. So for a woman who's watching, you know, many a times women are asked to shrink themselves. You know, we live in that community, in that society where women are expected to shrink themselves. It's not as much now because more women are empowered, but for a woman who's watching us right now and they are wondering, how have you worked towards having that grit whereby you set your goals and you go, you run with them, you go towards your goals and ensure that you actually cancel them out, you know, because you've accomplished, you get to accomplish whatever you set yourself to do. For someone who's watching, how do you build that grit, you know, as a woman where you stand firm?
Okay, as a woman, I'll tell the women out there, if you can't do it alone, I'm sure we all have our another woman friend, you have a chama, just go there, hold each other's hands, or check it, or you check what you can do in the society, and just do it. Because I believe with chamas, people can go far. It's only that field people have not explored. But with chama mkishikana, you will go far. Because I believe when you go to something alone, you might be having something which I don't have. But when we come together, we can go far. So I tell women, those small chamas, you can do outside what you do. You know, women are used to buying utensils, such things. Get out of that. Because utensils, you'll only use one plate at a time, and it will never bring you income. Go out there, buy a piece of land, do low-income generating houses or rentals, and you'll get something out of it. Me, I would advise them to go far. And then we have this thing of, like as we do through bank financing, you are also doing something with Biashara Sacco. They will support you and you'll go far. Okay.
How do you make your money work for you? Because money is supposed to work for you and not the other way around. Most of us are still at the point where, you know, money is not really working for us. We are working for the money. So how do you get to a point where your money is actually working for you? Being someone who has a background in you know, in banking, how do you make your money work for you?
Okay, in corporate world, we are, you have actually, you learn this thing of saving. Always save something for tomorrow. And learn also to invest, because when you invest, especially in land never loses value. It always increases in value. Even if you buy land today, you'll not sell the same price tomorrow. So always look for something with money, and then discipline. Discipline matters a lot. Be disciplined, and whenever you decide to do investment, invest wisely. Always look for something which you know will bring you returns.
And when we're talking about saving, now that money is supposed to work for you, am I just to set this money aside and just leave it, you know, in some bank account or wale wako mattress banking, where the ones who put their money in the house? Like, I know there's something known as, you know, making your, I keep saying this, making your money work for you. Like you put your money aside, but you make it work for you as you put it aside. You know, I hear like things like money market, compound interest, and so on and so forth. What would you say about that? Would you advise us more on saving our money? How do you save your money to make it work for you?
Okay, saving money can be in two ways, either through investment or through money market. But for money market, when you compare the interest you earn on money you save through money market, it's good. But you can still access that money anytime you want. But when you come to investing, you buy land. That is money in form of land. And you can't use it if you buy a piece of land today. If you want to use that money tomorrow, you cannot unless you sell. But with money market, you just call and tell them, I need my money. So those are different.
My money hasn't gotten to a point where I can buy land to have it aside in terms of my saving as my investment. How do I go about this other money that is liquid?
I would advise you to go to a financial institution. With what you have saved, it can help you to get something to own the land. Or to do something you want to invest in. That is why the circles are there. The financial institutions are there. And with that, you can be able even to use that money which you have kept aside, which is going to be used by the bank to do something else also. So you can use it yourself. I'm not saying that saving is not good, but for you to get more, you have to do something which is bringing you income.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you on that. There's a project you work on, you work with the community, you work with women, you work with the youth. Very quickly, as we wind up this conversation, tell us about that bit.
Okay, with Homes at Properties, we came up with something called Homes at Foundation. We help children's home, we help people who have gone through Form 4 and all, they can't be able to afford their secondary education. We also help the less fortunate. We do that by visiting children's home, by paying school fees. And I hope people out there can do more of that. And I would advise that whenever women are empowered, you empower a community. Because women have more than in a community than men when it comes to empowering. Yes.
All right.
We also do Homes at Construction, where we build houses also, and that's the same. Yes.
Okay.
That's
for someone who would love to reach you, maybe because of probably there's a children's home that is watching and they've heard you say that you actually go to children's home, you help pay their fees. Where can they contact you? That is social media. Okay,
our social media pages, they are at Facebook, Homes at Properties, all social media platforms. Homes at Properties, there is Facebook, there is Instagram, TikTok, they are all there.
All right.
Homes at Properties. Our number is 0793 655 655. We are at Kitengela, Marshville Hub.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming, and thank you for just talking to us about real estate. I hope that there's a woman who has been empowered to do more and to go for their dreams no matter the circumstances. All right, this is where we stop this particular conversation, but don't you go too far, because Good Morning Kenya continues. Mike Megwe will be up next.